Hello, and welcome to Distributed Database Management Systems. An interesting and exciting part of database management systems. A distributed database is a database that consists of two or more files located in different sites, either on the same network or on entirely different networks. Portions of the database are stored in multiple physical locations and processing is distributed among multiple database nodes. What is the difference between centralized database and distributed database? Centralized databases store data on a single CPU bound to a single certain physical or geographical location. Centralized databases is cheaper than other types of databases as it requires less power and maintenance. Whilst distributed databases rely on a central database management system which manages different storage devices remotely and in different physical locations, distributed databases are usually very complex in the way they are set up, making integrity and security difficult to control. Distributed databases require extensive maintenance which make them very costly. The first advantage of distributed databases is speed. This is caused by the use of parallel processing, and that data is located near the site with the greatest demand. The other advantage is reliability. This is because databases are located in different servers, and this adds the advantage of database availability. For instance, if one server is down, the data can be accessed from another server. Distributed databases can be classified into two types. 1. Homogeneous DDBMS. This uses identical software and hardware to run all database instances. This DDBMS may appear through a single interface as if it were a single database. Secondly, heterogeneous DDBMS. This DDBMS may have different hardware, operating systems, and data models for different databases. Moving on to distributed transparency. Transparency is what makes distributed databases special from other database systems. This allows the user to feel like the only user of the database throughout its transparency features, which hide the complexity of the database. The transparency features include location transparency, which hides that data was accessed from different locations, fragmentation transparency, which hides that database tables are stored in different locations. Now, distributed transaction. In this DDBMS, a transaction is submitted at one site, but it can be accessed data from another site. When transactions are submitted at some site, a transaction manager can break them into a collection of sub-transactions that execute at different sites. Concurrency control. This is a choice of technique to determine which object are to be locked. Also, there are concurrency control protocol that determine when locks are obtained and released. Lock management can be distributed across sites in many ways. Here are some of them. 1. Centralize. Here a single site is in charge of handling locks and unlocks of request for all objects. 2. Primary copy. One copy of each object is designated the primary copy. 3. Fully distributed. Request to lock and unlock a copy of an object stored at site are handled by a lock manager at the site where copy is stored. Wow! And that all was the theory behind the process of distributed database management systems. I hope you've enjoyed it and that you have learned a lot. Thank you for listening.